And
Mm,
it's really AI. And what is created is this fear of becoming obsolete, this FOBO.
mm,
And Gallup, and Microsoft Trends, LinkedIn reports says 1 in 2 people across the global workforce is feeling AI anxiety. I mean, that's significant. And we know
mhm,
when people feel obsolete, it makes them feel hopeless. It makes them feel
mhm,
afraid of the future. They
mhm,
disengage, they're disconnected. And when we look at what's happening as far as strategies are
mm,
concerned, in that same report, they said, 60% plus CEOs have no idea really what the strategy is. So
yeah,
we felt this pressure to adopt it just without really thinking about the why.
yeah,
And that why of AI is so critical when you look at like the purpose gap between
yeah,
executives, and those people in the front lines. If we don't know why, all we're going to assume is the worst. We're going to catastrophize. We're already in a state of, liquid modernity,
yeah,
which means that you
yeah,
do
yeah,
become much more
mhm,
survival mode. You stop feeling loyal to,
yeah,
to institutions. You lack trust in institutions. And so here we are. We're like, what is the point? Is this going to take
mhm,
over my job? What I've also seen in the interviews that I've done is people saying, well, when we did have AI, it did actually take away some of my mundane and boring tasks. That was good,
mm,
but I've not been reskilled so I can actually the promise of AI was that I could be creative and,
yeah,
would take this boring stuff away and then I could do these
yeah,
other cool things. And instead they're trying to pretend that they're working, they're masking their
mhm,
tasks.
yeah,
Task masking is a big thing right now because
yeah,
we haven't delivered on the promise of AI. And so you've got that. And then you've got people not even knowing what AI is in their life and what that technology is. This
mhm,
BYOAI to work, we're
yeah,
looking at 78% of people are BYOAI to work. Think about the security threat that is.
yeah,
Think about the risk that is to organizations where people are just thinking that they're not even using AI or they're not even bringing it to work. This was another
yeah,
cool data point where you
mm,
ask people if they're using AI and in the data they were like, 50% said no. But then when you actually started to give them what AI is and the technology that we use kind of
mhm,
ubiquitously in our lives, 98% said I'm using AI.
yeah,
So a lot of people don't even really know what it is. And we've just moved too fast